One of the most disturbing facts I discovered in my research of facsimile 2 is figure number 7. Joseph Smith said that this is God sitting on his throne. It's actually Min, the pagan Egyptian god of fertility or sex. Min is sitting on a throne with an erect penis, which can be seen in the figure. In other words, Joseph interpreted that this figure with an erect penis is Heavenly Father sitting on his throne. Facsimile 3. The following is a side-by-side comparison of what Joseph Smith translated in facsimile 3 versus what it actually says according to Egyptologists and modern Egyptology. Sources: Joseph Smith's translation, facsimile 3 in Book of Abraham, modern Egyptological translations, Fair Mormon, facsimile 3 apologetics. There are LDS experts who believe the Book of Abraham is a genuine artifact and that it testifies of Joseph Smith's status as a prophet. Non-LDS experts, obviously, do not agree with that. Number 3. Respected non-LDS Egyptologists state that Joseph Smith's translation of the papyri and facsimiles are gibberish and have absolutely nothing to do with the papyri and facsimiles and what they actually say. Facsimile 1. Number 1. The names are wrong. Number 2. The Abraham scene is wrong. Number 3. He names gods that are not part of the Egyptian belief system of any known mythology or belief system. Facsimile 2. Number 1. Joseph translated 11 figures on this facsimile. None of the names are correct, and none of the gods exist in Egyptian religion or any recorded mythology. Number 2. Joseph misidentifies every god in this facsimile. Facsimile 3. Number 1. Joseph misidentifies the Egyptian god Osiris as Abraham. Number 2. Misidentifies the Egyptian god Isis as the pharaoh. Number 3. Misidentifies the Egyptian god Mut as the prince of the pharaoh. Number 4. Misidentifies the Egyptian god Anubis as a slave. Number 5. Misidentifies the dead Hor as a waiter. Number 6. Joseph misidentifies twice a female as a male. Item number 4. The Book of Abraham teaches an incorrect Newtonian view of the universe. These Newtonian astronomical concepts, mechanics, and models of the universe have since been succeeded and substantially modified by 20th century Einsteinian physics. What we find in Abraham 3 and the official scriptures of the LDS Church regarding science reflects a Newtonian world concept, just as the Catholic Church's Ptolemaic cosmology was displaced by the new Copernican and Newtonian world model. However, the 19th century canonized Newtonian worldview has since been displaced by Einstein's 20th century science. Keith E. Norman, an LDS scholar, has written that, for the LDS Church, quote, "It is no longer possible to pretend there is no conflict," end quote. Norman continues, quote, "Scientific cosmology began its leap forward just when Mormon doctrine was becoming stabilized. The revolution in 20th century physics, precipitated by Einstein, dethroned Newtonian physics as the ultimate explanation of the way the universe works. Relativity theory and quantum mechanics, combined with advances in astronomy, have established a vastly different picture of how the universe began, how it is structured and operates, and the nature of matter and energy. This new scientific cosmology poses a serious challenge to the Mormon version of the universe." Grant Palmer, a Mormon historian and CES teacher for 34 years, wrote, quote, "Many of the astronomical and cosmological ideas found in both Joseph Smith's environment and in the Book of Abraham have become out of vogue, and some of these Newtonian concepts are specific relics. The evidence suggests that the Book of Abraham reflects concepts of Joseph Smith's time and place rather than those of an ancient world." End quote. An Insider's View of Mormon Origins, page 25. Item number 5. 86% of the Book of Abraham chapters 2, 4, and 5 are King James Version Genesis chapters 1, 2, 11, and 12. 66 out of 77 verses are quotations or close paraphrases of King James Version wording. See An Insider's View of Mormon Origins, page 19. If the Book of Abraham is an ancient text written thousands of years ago by his own hand upon papyrus, then what are 17th century King James Version's texts doing in there? What does this say about the book being anciently written by Abraham? Item number 6. Why are there anachronisms in the Book of Abraham? For example, the terms Chandlines, Egyptus, and Pharaoh are all anachronistic. Additionally, Abraham refers to the facsimiles in chapter 1, verse 2 and chapter 1, verse 14. However, as noted and conceded above in the church's essay, these facsimiles did not even exist in Abraham's time, as they are standard 1st century CE pagan Egyptian funerary texts. Quote, "Some have assumed that the hieroglyphs adjacent to the surrounding facsimile, 1, must be a source for the text of the Book of Abraham." End quote. Translation and Historicity of the Book of Mormon, Abraham Essay, LDS.org. Why would anyone assume that? Quote, "And it came to pass that the priests laid violence upon me, that they might slay me also, as they did those virgins upon this altar, and that you may have a knowledge of this altar. I will refer you to the presentation at the commencement of this record." Abraham chapter 1, verse 12. Item number 7. Facsimile 2, figure number 5, states the sun receives its light from the revolutions of Kolob. We now know, however, that the process of nuclear fusion is what makes the stars and suns shine. With the discovery of quantum mechanics, scientists learn that the sun's source of energy is internal and not external. The sun shines because of thermonuclear fusion. The sun does not shine because it gets its light from another star or any other external source. Item number 8. There is a book published in 1829 by Thomas Dick entitled The Philosophy of a Future State. Joseph Smith owned a copy of the book, and Oliver Cowdery quoted some lengthy excerpts from the book in the December